Tom. Welcome to Living Through Limits. Yesterday I was out trying to trim some trees and I was using my pruning hook, and lo and behold, my rope that goes to the pruning hook started giving me trouble. And so I took apart this whole thing and cleaned it up on the pruning hook because I've had it for about 15, 16 years and I've never cleaned it up. So it was time to do it since I got to replace the rope. So I took all this apart, cleaned it all up. I still got to lubricate it a little bit. But today our journey is to go find a new rope. That little rope is 14 feet long. So we're going to go to one of the local hardware stores and get a new rope. So let's take a little journey down the road. Okay, back in the shop, and we got to put the rope in the handle. And so what we want to do first is, because it's really hard to go from this side and get out this hole, we got to run the whole 15 feet this way. So we're going to do that. And somehow we got a knot in the rope. So then, as you notice, this rope will kind of fray out. So what you got to do is, usually I'll take a match or a lighter or something, but I don't have a match or a lighter in here. And this is nylon, so you want to be really careful, because when it gets hot it gets sticky and you don't want to touch that. But if I burn the end, then it'll keep it from fraying out. So I just have my little torch here. Fire up my torch. And my torch has an empty bottle. Okay, now that we have a new map gas bottle on here, we'll fire this torch up. You don't need it very hot. And grab the end of my rope. And we'll just melt that in together. Ooh, pretty. And we'll let that cool off. And I'll show you what I mean by sticky. See, it's been a little while and it's still sticky. So you don't want to get that on your fingers or your hand or anything, because it'll make a nice third-degree burn. As you can see here, you can tell why I put the rope through before I burned the end. Is it makes it really difficult because that end doesn't want to fit through. So then what I do is I take and I tie a knot in the bottom here. And that keeps me from pulling through. And this thing has a little groove in it, so it holds the rope, and so now I can pull on it. So now we'll take the other side And I have to remember, because this has a pulley here and a pulley here, so what I want to do is I want to come through here and I want to come through there and then I want to come through there, and this is where I tie it off. So on this side I got plenty of room, so we'll burn this side, or melt it. It's not really burning it. Get those ends. Okay, now we want to tie a knot in here. Now, as you can tell, with this, we pull the rope, and it doesn't want to come back. So what we're going to do, one, we're going to take the head, the torch head, off our propane bottle because it was leaking. I'm going to put the cap back on, set that aside, and I'm going to get a little bit of WD-40. So I got a rag so I don't get WD-40 all over my floor. And as that WD-40 works in there, works pretty good. So now we've also got a saw blade, and this saw blade mounts on here so you can actually saw longer limbs. It's got a square hole for the carriage bolt, which has a square edge, and it fits right in there. This fits in here, and you can take this blade off if need be, so you can get in really tight. I find most of the time I can just leave it on. And with that, that's done. Now let's take it out and see how well I did on this, and see if it works cutting off limbs. Okay, well, we've got grapevines growing in the pomegranate tree because the neighbor's grapevines come over here. Well, that thing seems to work pretty good. Now I wanted to show you something. This is a pomegranate tree. And for some reason, pomegranates, you got to be careful when you trim it, because if you can see right here, their branches grow into little points, and when these branches fall, they create holes in your skin. And my skin is so thin from my issues, just got to be careful. One thing I like to do too is, as I go, I like to pick up my branches, and that way if I have to quit, I don't have a bunch of branches just laying out here. I've got everything ready to go. I would say just remember, when you're working through your own issues in life and trying to get things done around your place, learn when to quit, work smart, and I want to thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful in just getting things repaired around the home, and just remember that you too can live through your limits. Have a good day.